And there's the lady who's in the lead so far in this international tournament from Berçy in Paris, Svetlana Korkina. Ranked second in Europe and 9th in the world, but on spectacular form today. And that plopped beautifully to the floor. She looks so extremely cool, turning in some wonderful performances. Just look at the aggression there as she approaches the Arab Spring. Half twist on and a Cuervo into 1.5 back somersault piked. And what a smashing score, 9.9. Well, I wonder if she can match that on her second vault. The women, unlike the men, have 2 vaults, the average. Same vault, but I would suspect not quite so clean. Not quite so highly scoring, because it wasn't as clean on the landing. Just a little lower, 9.887. That's her average, 9.893. Oksana Shusevitsina. Oops. High, but rather stuck double layout. Shusevitsina, not quite the elegant type of gymnast, but certainly extremely powerful. 17 from Azerbaijan. One of the few female gymnasts to wear socks and shoes on the floor, and it really doesn't complement her leg line. Artistry plays a very important part in women's floor exercises, and I think that she probably could have sold herself a little bit better. 1.5 of full twisting front into punch front, and full twisting straddle jump, finishing there with a move innovated by Shushenova and named after her. Double twist coming in short into the front somersault, giving it its name, a punch front. And 9.625, just lacking the artistic edge. Letitia Beige. Wonderful mobility there in the elephant lift. Arabian Tinska, oh dear. And she'd landed the move, obviously rather a stress point for her. She just either let her concentration err for a fraction of a second, or it could have been lack of belief that she was ever going to land it. Flick layout, an awful position to be in, falling at the beginning of the exercise, because you have to be mentally very strong to regain composure. Lovely full twisting flick to chest roll. Full twisting Corbett. And again, from a different combination. But Letitia really does have beautiful range of movement, and she demonstrates this so well on her leaps. Certainly can't be accused of monotony. Oh, a beautifully landed double back, and what a pity about the fall at the beginning after the Arabian Tinska. because she really did produce some fabulous stuff there. That's the dismount, and how a dismount should be landed. Knew exactly where the floor was. Good body positioning, hips well over the ankles. And it could have so nearly been a 9.8, 9.275, because she'd have lost 5/10 for the fall and perhaps a little more for hesitancy that followed. Lilia Podkopayeva to the asymmetric bars. Full twisting hop, repeated twice. Ginger. Second stoop onto the bar, stalled her, and full in back out. Amazingly little use of the bottom bar. It was almost a high bar routine. And I think that she will lose marks for using the same means of travelling from the low to the high bar. Lilia, a powerful and yet elegant gymnast. Yes, 9.275, lacking in her variety of bar. In the 9.5s to 9.7s to get into the all-around medals, but of course there is the chance of the individual apparatus finals, because this all-around event is a qualifier for those also. Lilia Podkopayeva. Fabulous mount into a side leap. Podkopayeva, she doesn't merely mount the beam, she makes an entrance. She's something really special when on form. Nice combination there of the tucked front into the jump. The routine looks so well rehearsed, as they all do, well trained. Change leg, split leap, straddle jump, and the obligatory full spin, which is often a nightmare to a gymnast, despite all the amazing somersaults that they produce on the beam. All the arrows at the side, each individual gymnast marking. Very solid on the dismounts. Amazing now that we take for granted the difficulty that these young gymnasts are producing. That little incidental headstand spin that probably took hours and hours to perfect, despite the fact that she makes it look so incredibly easy. And there, an amazingly difficult dismount. An Arab spring double back with a somersault, full twist in the first, so we call it a full in back out. And just look at that score. And the home crowd welcoming Letitia Beige. 10,000 strong audience, really involved. Lovely interpretation to the music here. Full twisting split into double split jump. Handspring Rudy. Good double spin. She really is working extremely well to the music. This is what floor is all about, choosing a piece of music that suits the gymnast. And Letitia Berçy really working a dream. Pulling back out to finish. Oh, and a beautiful Lili spin on the end. Yes, that was super. And even a little smile from one of the judges. That can't be bad. But most appealing, and I'm sure that the home crowd loved it, and a good score to boot, 9.7 for Paris Berçy. Back to the women, Oksana Chusovitina from Azerbaijan. Women have 4 disciplines and men 6. The women's, they have vault, asymmetric bars, beam and floor, but depending, of course, what draw they have, they may start on a different piece of apparatus. Difficult from this angle to comment accurately on the quality of that vault, because the best place to really comment on the vault is from a side view where we can see exactly the length of the flight off, because it is all about the dynamics of the vault, its height and its length. And we have to presume that it was excellent with the score of 9.75. Same vault again, a Cuervo. The handspring entrance, the half turn, and back somersault piked out. But there, a very wobbly landing. First one 9.75, second one not quite so good, bringing her score to 9.731. And now to Svetlana Korkina, looking as though she's warming up on beam. And here, Korkina has dropped down into second place, and Kochetkova from Russia, her compatriot, has overhauled her. Aminar from Romania in third. Karkovian from Romania in fourth. The Spanish fifth, and Podkapayeva from the Ukraine in sixth. So a very closely run competition so far. And there we have the 2 French contestants in 10th and 11th. And this after 3 pieces of apparatus, and the 4th yet to go. Gymnasts currently warming up, and the bell has just gone for the end of warm-up. And welcome back to the final stages of this very intriguing international gymnastics event from Berçy in Paris, where we have seen the men's European and world champion knocked right down to 9th place after 5 rotations. And there really is a battle royal going on between Karkovian, who is currently on beam, and Korkina and Kochetkova. And this is splendid gymnastics. Nobody has ever disputed the Romanians' tumbling ability, but their body preparation and their artistry certainly has improved. Andrea Karkovian going extremely well. Battle at the moment going on for gold between she and Kochetkova and Korkina. And such incredibly positive work. Just one little tremble. But just look at this series. Flick, layout to one and a straight back, and it was a straight back. Lifted well off 2 feet, and Kokovian there getting a massive score, 9.737, and giving her a total of 38.787. Lilia Podkopayeva didn't do very well on the A bars. It had a super beam, and she can be splendid on the floor. Stepped out of the arena, but nevertheless, some super forward tumbling, handspring, straight and double fronts galore. Let's hope she gives us a good variety and does some nice back tumbling. No, it's all going to be forwards. And that, not the Podkopayeva we knew from the 94 World Championships, obviously not on form. And this slow, rather deliberate type of work, indicative of a not very fit gymnast. When you compare it to the fast-moving routine that Letitia Beige produced, it wasn't really in the same league, despite the fact that the Ukrainian is a splendid gymnast when on form. The fall cost her 0.5, and they're a very dejected girl. But despite the fall, having the energy and the desire to use the leg drive to get right up there in that full in back out at the very end of the routine. But just not on form at the moment. But as the saying goes, you're only ever as good as your last competition. She started off splendidly with that double front and unfortunately stepped out of the area, but still picked up a 9.087, bringing her score to 38, but not good enough to get into him in the individual apparatus finals. And Svetlana Korkina and it looked so elegant, almost looked too lazy to manage to get to the end of the apparatus. Always looks like a young foal, doesn't look strong enough to be able to produce some of the skills she manages. Beautiful full spin. Korkina on splendid form, looking elegant and composed. .9737, and there that wonderful double twisting dismount. And so laid back. I wonder if she feels as composed as she appears. Triple twist, not a double. And look at that, a splendid score. And the outright winner in the all-around event. And that's the top score on rings. And to peep here at Shusavitana on the uneven bars, finishing there with a full in back out. But some really exciting competition, some brilliant gymnastics. The surprise of McGillney coming back and the disappointing defeat of world champion Ivan Ivankov. The competition really had it all. No wonder it's a popular event. There, the full in, back out dismount. And Shusavitana finishing in 7th place. But we should see more of her. She should have qualified, I would think, for the vault final on that score. So some intriguing work. And we look forward to you joining us tomorrow for Eurosport's coverage of the individual apparatus finals. And Russia took it, Svetlana Korkina, splendid work, just pipping Kakovian from Romania and Aminar from Romania to the post. But just look at the closeness of those scores. The top 8 places within the 38 points. Letitia Bay doing well there to be in 8th position. But splendid gymnastics. A last look here at the elegant Svetlana Korkina.